Alright guys, so alongside Goku and the Tamagami 3, they are releasing a Videl and a Legends Limited Super Saiyan 3 or Super Saiyan 2 that transforms into Super Saiyan 3 Goku from the Buu Saga. Yep, we are getting more Buu Saga, but he is green, so that's the third green Super Saiyan 3 Goku we've gotten. The initial Buu Saga one that got his unique equipment, and his better unique equipment recently, and then the Dragon Fist one from the Hirudegarn fight. Uh, I took a brief glance at his kit, and he does look pretty good. They did post the entire kit on the official site. This is a bit of a long one because he is a transforming unit, but let's go ahead and jump right in. Transform into Super Saiyan 3 during battle. Legends Limited Super Saiyan 2 Goku is joining the fight. Overwhelming offense. Overwhelming offense with Super Saiyan 3. Transform to nullify enemy special cover changes and endurance effects, as well as get huge offensive buffs that last for 100 timer counts and can't be cancelled. After transforming, Goku will nullify enemy special cover change and endurance effects on entering the battlefield too. Number 2. Charge the unique gauge by charging Ki. Before transforming, fill up the gauge to restore ally health and buff their damage inflicted. After transforming, you'll be able to consume the gauge for buffs. Special move arts will be buffed to nullify unfavorable element factors, and special arts will restore the vanishing gauge. Many ways to shorten sub counts. If you transform when the unique gauge is full, then Goku's sub counts will permanently be shortened by 2. Plus, ally sub counts will be shortened when your opponent switches characters while Goku's on the battlefield, and also when landing the special move arts. It's easy to get Goku on or off the field. Break through your limits once again and show the world the incredible power of Legends Limited Super Saiyan 2 Goku. So, he has three main tags he can be useful on: Sun Family, Saiyans, and of course, Buu Saga. Z ability 4, 38% to Buu Saga, Sun Fam, or Saiyan base strike attack and blast defense, and 18% to Buu Saga's base strike attack during battle. Strike attack. He restores Ki on activation, and he has blast armor. That's good, as he should. Blast arts, he restores his own Ki by 10 on activation. And then blue card, greatly reduce the enemy's Ki on hit. You'll shorten your ally sub count as well, making it easier to switch between characters. Deals massive impact damage, 30% to special move damage inflicted for 3 counts upon activation. Following effects occur on hit. Shortens ally sub count by 3, reduces enemy Ki by 60. And it has blast armor, so it's a melee blue card. Decent disruptor. I'm not sure how effective this is going to be. The one area that this will be good in is that your opponent isn't going to be able to automatically like fight back. They're going to have to like hang in the back, just like regain their Ki, because 40 Ki you can't do much of a combo unless you switch out to someone that has like more Ki, more card draw speed, blah blah blah. The sub count reduction is reminiscent of like on hit. Who else had that? I feel like one of the other Super Saiyan 3 units had that. I don't know, but I think like Revival Gohan pre-transformation, it was on activation, but he shortened sub count by 2. So it's kind of similar, I guess. Green card nullifies enemy special cover changes. You'll also charge the unique gauge, so use special arts to quickly fill it up to the max. Randomly draws 1 new card. Stores own HP by 15% and Ki by 40. Charges unique gauge by 20% and 20% to damage inflicted for 10 counts. Applies buff effects. So cover null for 10 counts. Very standard green card. It is a stop time. Yeah, it is a stop time. I mean, it gets his gauge charged up faster. I think. Did they mention? I think they did. Yeah, charging. So you get your gauge up by charging Ki. So, 20%. We're just gonna have to see how fast his gauge charges up. Main ability: transform into Super Saiyan 3 and nullify enemy special cover changes and endurance effects. If the unique gauge is full when you do it, restore vanishing gauge by 100. Damn. Transform into Super Saiyan 3. Restores own HP by 50% and Ki by 50. Applies buff effects, nullify enemy special actions that activate when changing cover to self for 10 counts. So cover null. Nullifies enemies restores health when it reaches 0 effects when this character attacks for 15 counts. So he just nullifies endurance if he has this. No, it just if he transforms, he nullifies endurance for 15 counts. That's gonna be good against like Majin Vegeta or transforming Goku Black, who, you know, they can remove buffs depending on the card or action you take. So if you transform while they're low and you just attack them normally with like a strike or blast card, then no endurance, right? Cancels own attribute downgrades in normal conditions. Good. The following effects occur if own unique gauge is full. Randomly draws at most 4 new cards. Okay, so he gets a fresh hand. Restores vanishing gauge by 100. Increases Dragon Balls by 1. Nullifies enemies' destroy card effects to self for 20 counts. And shortens sub count by 2 to self. That's the permanent. And then destroys all your cards. Okay. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. What did the transforming Vegito Blue, how much HP did he heal? I think it wasn't only 40%? Let me check. Right here. Oh no, he did do 50. Gotcha. Okay. So he's gonna be healing the same amount as the Vegito Blue, and I think Rose did 50% as well. Or Goku Black. And this is a very strong main ability. He gets Cover Null. He gets the nullifying endurance for 15 counts, which is really strong in this meta with all the buff removers. He's nullifying destroy card effects, which is good against disrupt, getting his vanish back so you can use that defensively. Dragon Balls is always nice. Then the sub count by 2 is very strong. It's stronger than you think. It's, you know, you're like, oh, it's only 2, but usually that's enough time for you to get someone else in, say if your enemy rushes, and you can move into an endurance unit or so on. It only takes 20 counts to transform instead of the usual 25. So when the timer hits 160 in the battle, unique ability 1. Boost own damage inflicted every time you use a strike or blast arts. Not only that, but you'll draw a card up to 2 times, allowing for some serious combo power. Applies the following effects itself when battle starts. 160% to damage inflicted. That's actually 10% less than the Daima-Goku, but to be fair, this is a transforming unit. Reduces damage received by 70%, 30% to key recovery, card draw speed, and -5 to art cost. I actually wasn't expecting them to get this because I thought they would think the restoring own key by 10 would be enough. So essentially what it's saying, if you're using a strike cards usually cost 19, so you're subtracting the 10, that's not, your strike cards are going to be costing 4 theoretically. Damn. Okay. Has the following effects itself when this character enters the battlefield. Randomly draws 1 new card when you have 3 or fewer, and restores HP by 10% and key by 20. Charges unique gauge by 10%, 60% to damage inflicted, and then reduces impact, explode, and slice damage received by 10%. Okay, wow. So this is very reminiscent of Gotenks, because the Red Legends Limited Gotenks, whenever he switches into the battlefield, he heals by, I believe, 15%. Yeah, here. 15%. This guy receives 10%, or yeah, 10%, but still, healing gets his unique gauge up, just more damage, and then damage reduction for 15 counts to those specific damage types. Looks pretty good. I'm curious how fast this is gonna charge, because I believe the only other, unless I'm missing someone, which I probably am, the only other key charging unique gauge we have is Ultra Kaioken, Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken. And his gauge charged up pretty damn fast. The following effects occur every time this character uses a strike or blast arts cost. Randomly draws 1 new card twice, and that does reset. So that's kind of reminiscent of like Blue Vegito Blue. 15% to damage inflicted for 10 counts, so he's stacking damage here, and then inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade -15% to health restoration. Oh, that's gonna be strong against units that just constantly heal. Like who constantly heals, I believe. One of the more recent units, right? Did Goku Black? I think Goku Black might have done that. Yeah, I believe so. So against him, against Turles, against units like Super 17, that's going to be very strong because this stacks. Following effects occur when enemy switches characters while this character is on the battlefield. Restores own key by 30 and shortens shortens ally sub counts by 2. Inflicts enemies with attribute downgrade plus 10% damage received for 15 counts, and inflicts enemy with attribute downgrade -1 to card draw speed. Issue with these two is that it's only on the current enemy and not all enemies, so they can just switch out. Well, I guess that's from a defensive perspective, but I mean, that's from an offensive perspective. But defensively, it's just every time they switch So they will have the consistent damage received and the card to draw speed debuff. Okay. Unique ability 2 has a special cover change against strike arts, so when you perform a cover change, destroy your opponent's cards and increase enemy arts cost. Goku has excellent combo stopping power. Goku's unique gauge will charge when you charge ki, and filling it up will draw you a special arts card, restore ally health, and buff their damage. Knocks the enemy back to long range if a cover change is performed against their strike arts cost, and that is comboable with the special move. The following effects occur when changing cover. Randomly destroys one card, and then randomly destroys one, 3 times, so he can destroy 2 cards up to 3 times on changing cover. Activation count is shared before and after transforming. That's very good disrobe. Inflicts all enemies with the attribute downgrade +5 to strike, blast, and special move arts cost for 10 counts. Not a lot, but you should be able to notice it. The following effects occur when an enemy activates a special move arts, ultimate arts, awakened arts, or rising rush. All these characters on the battlefield. Restores own HP by 15%. And activation count is shared between before and after. Shortens ally sub count by 3 and cancels enemies' buff effects. Okay. Activation count is shared before and after transforming. This is, yeah, this is gonna be very good with Majin Vegeta, because the quote-unquote issue with Majin Vegeta was that he didn't remove buffs on enemy rushes, so he was very susceptible to, let's say, like, Gotenks popping his main and then rushing, or fusing Super Vegito rushing and it going through guaranteed. But with this Goku, he's removing those buffs on all the heavy hitting attacks. Special move, ultimate, awakened arts for like Cell and Frieza, and the rising rush. So yeah, this is gonna... unfortunately, this is gonna pair well with Majin Vegeta. Shortens zone sub count by 3 when enemy activates an ultimate arts, awakened arts, or rising rush while this character is on the standby. Stores ally HP by 20% when this character is defeated. 50% to own unique gauge charge rate when an ally other than this character is defeated. And activation count is shared before and... That's kind of counterintuitive. This guy is the Premium Legends Limited, so you don't want to sack him off. And then under that, it's saying if an ally other than this guy is defeated, then he gets a buff. So, like, I understand that they're trying to balance the scale here, but, like, I don't know, this kind of seems a little odd to me. Quickly charges own unique gauge according to key charge time while this character is on the battlefield. Following effects occur once unique gauge is full. Draw special arts cost. Store ally HP by 15%. 15% damage inflicted by allies uncancelable. Seals enemy's special move. And then the sealed arts cannot be used for 5 counts. Does this reset? It doesn't seem like it. Who else has a key charging unique gauge? Let me check. I know Kaioken Goku has that. Where is he? There he is. He doesn't have. He has a defensive one. He has a. I think it was a card use. No, switching. I can't remember. He has a defensive. He has a timed one. He has its timed, but it's down. He has a timed one. Timed. Card. Timed. Card. Timed. Defensive. Defensive. Think defensive. Here. Card. So this is we're using for looking for key charge time. I don't think anyone else has it, right? Does this? No, he doesn't have key charge. He has a using cards. Super 17 is cards. He's Dragon Ball. That's time. That's cards. Oh, he has a key. He has a key charge. That's right. I think. Right. Oh, I'm missing a lot. Okay. Key charge. Key charge. That should be it, I think. Yeah. No, Cell. Right. Alright, let's check. Let's check his... Rapidly restores unique gauge according to key charge time. That is... not the same. Quickly. What about this? Wait, no. No, it is... we gotta go to his transform state. That's right. So, let's press transform up here. Rapidly. Okay, so that's not the same. What about this guy? rapidly. This just restores. Okay, so this is the first time we've seen this wording. From what it sounds like it's gonna be slower than all three, because all three of these Beast Gohan, Ultra Kaioken, and the Namek Goku all have the same wording, and they charge pretty damn fast. So I think I'm assuming this one's gonna be a slightly slower charge rate, but you have other ways to charge it, so it should be fine. It doesn't seem like you reset the gauge. It seems like a one-time thing, which would make sense, right? Because you need a full gauge to transform. He's doing a lot. He's buffing damage inflicted. He's restoring ally HP. This includes himself, by the way. He's drawing a green card, which you can then use to... What did his green card do? It was pretty strong. Get cover null. Restore HP, 20% damage inflicted. So yeah, it looks good. Where was I? Here. Seals blue cards, yep. And that's for Super Saiyan 3 Goku. You got Sun Families and Saiyans and Buu Saga again. Same Strike and Blast card. What about the blue card? Consumes 25% of unique gauge to nullify blue. Oh, okay, I see it. So it looks like once you get your gauge pre-transformation, I mean, obviously you want to get your gauge pre-transformation similar to like Red LF Broly. But so every time he uses like as a special card, he's gonna be reducing his unique gauge, and you're gonna have a way to charge it back up. It's kind of similar to Revival Nappa to Vegeta, because your gauge, once you got it full with Nappa, you couldn't change it, but once you revived into Vegeta, you were able to like drain it using green cards and blue cards and getting hit, I believe. So it was very similar. Deals massive impact damage, 30% special move damage inflicted for 3 counts, and then following effects occur on hit. Shortens ally sub count by 3 and reduces ki by 60. That's the same. Unique gauge is at 25% or more, consumes 25%, and nullifies, goes type neutral for 3 counts. Doesn't get endurance off of this. I understand that he gets endurance nullification off of his main when he's transforming, but other than that, we're going to have to see if he has other forms of endurance nullification. Blast armor, so it is a melee card. Green card, draws up to 2 cards when you activate a special arts and nullify enemy cover changes. On hit, you can combo into other arts, so use them to go for a KO. Consumes 25% of the unique gauge to restore the vanishing gauge by 70%. Applies the following effects to self upon activation. Randomly draws at most 2 new cards when you have 3 or fewer. Restores health by 15 and ki by 50. 20% damage inflicted. Is that that's the same, right? Yes, I think he gets 10 more ki though, and obviously he doesn't get any more unique gauge. Wait, randomly draws a card, stores HP, and ki by 40, and then cover null, 20% damage inflicted. Draw 2 cards instead of 1, gotcha. Yeah, he does get 10 more ki, damage inflicted, and then following effects occur on hit. Oh yeah, this is a forward charging green card, that's right. This is a melee green card. So he gets cover null. He inflicts enemies with attribute downgrade plus 20% to damage received for 10 counts, and it's comboable with these. Unique gauge is at 25% or more, consumes 25%, and then restore on hit, restores own vanishing gauge by 70%. So you're not going to be able to abuse this. You need to actually land the blue card. You can't just like go for it, YOLO it. Inflicts all enemies with 3. Oh, this is on hit as well, so they're not gonna be able to switch automatically. So you could, if they're low, you could go for like a quick attack or something. And of course, he does have blast armor. Good. Main ability post transformation greatly reduces all enemies' health restoration and draw a special move card. So that's a blue card. You'll be able to deal big damage even to troublesome enemies with lots of health recovery. Draws a blue card next. Restores own health by 30% and ki by 50. Charges own unique gauge by 20%. Cancels enemies' attribute upgrades and buff effects. Inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade minus 50% to HP restoration for 20 counts. Minus 50, huh? It only requires 10 counts. Get a massive offensive boost for 100 timer counts after transforming with buffs to ki recovery, damage inflicted, and card draw speed. Every time Goku enters the battlefield, you can nullify enemy cover changes and endurance effects. Every time he enters the battlefield, endurance effect. Okay, there it is. Making more difficult for your opponents to interrupt you and allow you to knock out enemies with endurance more easily. Huh. What was I was looking for something. He's healing a lot. 50% and then 30% post transformation main. Damn. Okay. Where was I? Here. Charges on unique gauge by 100% after transforming. Oh yeah, that's what I was looking for. I was looking to see if he had base card draw speed. I think he did, right? Surely. Yeah. Wow. Okay, so after he pops the main post transformation, he's just gonna have what, like permanent 2x card. Permanent card draw speed for 100 counts after transforming 2x. Applies the following effects itself for 100 counts. 40% damage inflicted. This, remember, the initial kit carries over unless specifically stated. 40% damage inflicted. 50% to cure. Damn, didn't he already have cure recovery? Yeah, he already had 30%, so he's getting 50% on top. Okay. Yeah, he is going to be comboing a long time. 50% key recovery, and then card draw speed by 1, and then -5 to blue card cost, and then nullifies. Oh. Nullifies attribute downgrades in abnormal conditions, and nullifies unfavorable element factors for damage sustained. This is very reminiscent of Gotenks. Because remember, 100 counts from battle start, he got these exact things. He got this. This is very strong. Because he's immune to the Turles cost up when he pops the comeback. He's immune to all, just any kind of cost stuff from, like, let's say, Vegito Blue's Disrupt, from Evil Boo's Disrupt, etc. And you can't be affected by card draw speed down either. Applies the following effects itself when this character enters the battlefield. Randomly draws 1 new card when you have 3 or fewer. Stores HP by 10 and keep by 20. Nullifies cover null. Reduces impact. Yup, same thing. Does this stack? Because he gets this pre-transformation, right? I don't believe that stacks. No, because it's 15 counts. And when this character enters the battlefield, I think that's specifically tied to Super Saiyan 3. So no, I do not believe the 10% stacks with the other 10%. He would have been tanky as hell otherwise. And then nullifies enemies' endurance for 15 counts. That's very strong. Very similar to Mai, but actually better than Mai because hers was team gated. So you need another feature, or I think weapon wielder battle member. He doesn't need that. Just every time he switches in, regardless of teammates, he's gonna be able to utilize that. Okay. The following effects occur every time this character uses a strike or blast card. Randomly draws 1 new card. Okay, so this is the same. And it resets, of course, 15%. So damage stacking here, and then same thing here. Anything different? This, I believe, is the same. Yeah, it is the same. Oh, he actually switches from a strike cover change to a blast cover change. This is going to be kind of hard to keep up with, not going to lie. This is the same as well. He gets that 2-card destruction disrupt. This is the same. That's the same. This is the same. Quickly charges. Okay, so he has the same form of unique gauge pre and post transformation. And you're able to deplete that using, like, I think your main ability. No, you actually gain. You deplete that by using green cards and blue cards. I mean, yeah, he's looking very good. What's his damage inflicted post transformation? 160. 220. He's stacking here. Where else? Wait, main ability. Did I check this? Nothing here. Okay, 220. this, when he gets his gauge up, this includes himself, so that's 235. He's able to stack a lot of damage, 235. Stacking here. 235. And then for 100 counts, he's getting 275 with a shit ton of key recovery. I believe that's it. 275. But, yes, that's way less than Goku's 320% damage inflicted. But keep in mind, this guy's going to have transformation level stats. He's going to be... He could be breaching like 280s, 290s. To his main offensive stat being straight melee. So 275% damage inflicted. That's just permanent post transformation. That's very good. That's insane actually. But yeah, overall he looks good. Comparing him to Goku, I think this guy is gonna be the heavy hitter. I know he has less damage inflicted, but Buu Saga didn't need like help. Compared to Daima, I think Goku is going to be the more well-rounded one, because if you remember, he gets endurance on rushes, he removes buff effects, he gets like, he's able to nullify endurance on green cards. He's bringing a lot to the table outside of just damage. This guy seems like his hyper focus is damage. Hopefully he's not squishy, but I mean he has a lot of disrupt. He has a lot of other damage reduction like this. So this guy seems like the more hyper offensive unit of this part 2, and then Goku looks like the more well-rounded, even though he's going to be doing a lot of damage. His animations look clean. I'm just scared about Buu Saga, man. Because theoretically, you could put this guy next to Majin Vegeta, you can put him next to Ultimate Gohan. Hell, you could even make a green-green-yellow setup with Vegito Blue, this guy, and Majin Vegeta. I'm not going to like it. But it doesn't seem like he's bringing anything overly toxic to the table, which is what I appreciate. But of course, we're gonna have to see. On paper, it could behave differently than how he actually performs in game. But we're gonna have to see. He does look good. Just let's see, anything to highlight just right before we end. He's healing a lot. He has a lot of key recovery. He's able to nullify endurance easily. He has a disruptive blue card, a lot of sub-count manipulation and buff removal. Blast armor, yep. Anyway, yeah, he looks good. He looks very good actually. But we'll just have to see, right? But yeah, that's it for this breakdown. A bit of a long one because he is a transforming character. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next one. See ya.